Now we're going to have some fun because we're going to dive into layer masks and the non-destructive workflow in Photoshop. We've already used the layer masks a couple times when we were learning the pen tool, and we always would turn a selection into a layer mask so that way it could, we could always undo it or change it. Now I'm going to show you how that really works. So I'm going to go into number one, masks are great. If you don't believe me, I hopefully will convince you by the end. So here we have a layer mask that's already been applied, right? It's been applied to our broccoli. And you can see we have what I like to call the land of the real, and then we have the land of transparency. And you can see, right now, I have my land of the real selected. I have my pixels selected. And if I click over here, I have my layer mask selected. Now, anytime a layer mask is not working, you're almost always just because you're on the wrong side. So if if it's behaving strangely, just come over and make sure you pay attention to which side of the mask you have selected. Okay. Now, once you have this mask, again, you can undo it by just throwing the mask away. It will ask you if you want to delete those pixels, but no, we don't want to apply it. We just want to delete the mask, not apply the mask. So we delete it, and now we're back to the beginning. Okay, I'm gonna hit undo so we get our mask back. Some wonderful hotkeys is if you need to, visualize your mask, so that way you can, really see if you have everything selected. You just option click. You option click, and you can see I actually have a little bit of a mistake because I have these little tiny lines at the top and the bottom, which would affect what is transparent. And so I'll just, grab my marquee tool, and I'll say fill, edit fill, and I'll fill that with black, right? And now I've fixed my mask. And I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't hit shift, option, if I hadn't hit option to notice those little lines, okay? Now shift turns that mask on and off. And just like on any layer, I can command click on a layer and it's going to select those pixels. I can also command click on my mask and it'll make a selection from your mask. So anytime you need to maybe use a selection off of some other layer or its layer mask, you just command click on it. Okay. Now you have to remember when I make this mask is pixels. So if I take a black paintbrush and paint on it, I'm affecting that mask. In fact, those are gray pixels, so it'll be partially transparent. Let me go ahead and make it pure black, right? So I'm painting on this mask. Now when I come back, you can see I've actually erased from that layer. If I want to bring it back, I'll just paint white. And I hit the letter X to flip-flop to my white color. And you can see, so I can go, at any point, I can bring those pixels back or hide them using the layer masks, all right? If you're not convinced yet, you will be because you're going to be using masks over and over and over in this class, just like the pen tool.